Look at
Hello,
me.
everybody.
I'm caffeinating today.
So am I. I have my trusty
You
canned
always drink Sundew or Sundrop.
sun
Yeah.
drop. Yes,
That's
it's
like
a,
so old school
it
slash
is. It is. It was really popular in the like 70s and early 80s, and then they resurrected it a few years back. Another company bought it, I think. I don't know. I'm totally talking out of my
rear
elbow.
end.
Yeah. But yeah, it tastes like orange juice, but kind of not really.
But it's soda. I know
But
I
it's
actually
soda.
feel really guilty. My children, I have one child that drinks soda left and right, like I
Yeah.
did as a child growing up in the 80s. I don't think I ever had a glass of water. All I drank was
Same.
2 liters of Coke. But I have another child who's like, that has too much sugar in it. How much sugar have you guys consumed today? You also don't need that caffeine. Try this probiotic soda, which they taste like bitter junk. I'm like, no, thank you.
Well, I drink diet soda, so it has zero sugar, but stay away from my caffeine. You've been warned. Just
The zero sugar will send me straight into migraine land.
yeah.
So
See,
I'm like,
I
I
don't.
got to have the real one.
Yeah, sorry about that. But welcome B and Mataver and JM Brown and Alyssa and RL and NJ and Kara and whomever else I overlooked. I'm sorry, David. Welcome, Jane.
Renee,
Hello, B.
Elisa, did you?
Yeah, I think, but if I skipped over anyone, please accept my apologies. Rosalinda popping in for our sprint today. We're going to start in about 2.5 minutes. I popped a link up to the sprint. I'll go ahead and pop it in again. And then there is a link at the top, the sprint window, right here, where you can join the next one when it's the appropriate time. And I have way too many windows open. I'm trying to figure out where I am. Here we go. There is the link to the sprint. We hope that you will all join us today. Abby, are you writing today? By the way, your back wall, I meant to tell you this yesterday. Your back wall looks fabulous. I love what
I
you
ran out of pink paint,
I,
so I do have to finish, but
so
I removed the ladder for the
were you
agent.
hand doing the little
I have
splotches?
no, I have a stencil.
Ah,
I have like a
I kind of
repeating stencil.
figured because even the random nature of it looks a little too
Controlled.
controlled, precise, whatever. D. William Lansborough. Hello, Douglas. Welcome.
Doug.
Big Doug.
I don't know
Yep.
why I felt compelled to do that.
Wow, my camera makes me look really, really tan today. I don't know what that's about. My
It's
color
the purple
correction's a
light.
little. Yeah,
The
well, the
purple light.
purple light's behind me, but who knows?
It's a reflection.
Yeah, it's a reflection. You know.
What are you writing today, man?
Okay, so I have an idea for a new story. No idea where it's going yet, but when I have a new idea, I always like to write a couple of chapters and just kind of get a feel for the characters and kind of the plot scenario ish that I have in mind, and just kind of see where it goes. And that usually tells me if it's worth chasing or not. And so
Oh,
that's this
it's
is a
like it's your trial run.
it's my trial run. This is a
Yeah.
brand new idea. I have no idea what it's going to turn into, but we're going to see. So this is
Nice.
uh this is what I'm working on today. Yeah.
Sweet.
Um yeah, what about you? Are you writing today or
I'm actually going to hang with you guys for a few, but I'm going to do some work instead of writing. Is that fair?
nice.
I feel like, but it's here. I'm putting it out into the world. I'm working today, everyone. I'm working.
Well,
In case anybody's in the chat.
we do have premium office hours after this. So
That's right. We
somebody
do.
needs to be
So,
preparing for that, I guess. See you guys in 20 minutes.
bye.
Okay, everybody. First sprint done. Um, I got 517 words, but I was flipping over to my Dabble project and making a bunch of notes as I went because, like I said, this is an exploratory story that I'm writing, and as things came to me, I'd flip over and I'd make some notes so I wouldn't forget for things I thought about for later, and blah 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 blah. It's the rantings of a madman starting a book. Anyway, how about you, Abby? How'd it go?
I found a bunch of mistakes that I made on the word sprints for later in the month where I had scheduled them for the wrong time. So I
Oh,
I was fixing my own mistakes in the community while we were.
it happens.
That's what
Uh,
I did.
I just took my words from the previous sprint, copied them into the new sprint. I'll put the link for this sprint in the chat if someone's just coming in. Oh, let's see what's popping off in the chat. B with 471 words. I know
Oh,
there's some chat here that I missed.
oh, Doug, you just stared at your screen for about 5 minutes. That makes me feel more normal.
Dougie's. What is going on?
That makes me feel better knowing other people do it too. Because
Well, Rosalinda with 67 words. Go, Rosalinda. That's amazing.
that's my kind of girl.
Right. And I know she's a good sport, so she wouldn't mind us, popping up her word pen. Ash Patch with 473, Alyssa 418, Matalver 480 for me. Go, girl. Yeah. So, um, what's everybody working on today? Anybody working on something really exciting that they want to share? J.M. Brown with 278. Doug, what are you working on today?
He finished his novella.
Yeah, he's getting ready to send it out to some beta readers. That's so fun. Um,
Can
NJ
I
said,
say? Oh,
NJ
go
said
ahead.
it'll be a while till I can put up a word count. I'm still sorting and editing my 3 narratives into separate files. I feel that, NJ.
Happens.
What were you going to say, Abby? I'm sorry.
I was going to say I did have a breakthrough on my own story. However,
Yeah.
thinking over the mystery, I've been a little concerned that I really was setting one of the suspects up to have actually murdered someone in a kid's story and have
Ooh.
like gotten away with it. And I felt like I was setting a bad example. And I realized I needed to make the murder more accidental and no one's fault, if that makes sense. So it's
Mm.
not really a murder, it's just an unaliving, which, by the way,
More
I
of a
love that
manslaughter
phrase.
type situation?
No,
No?
like the unaliving happens by accident, so it's no
Oh.
one's fault.
Oh, gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
the main character is able to put together the clues so that
Mm.
then the suspect who has carried the guilt of the murder for years is able to let it go.
Oh, mm, that's gonna be a big emotional, uh, point of resonance
Cathartic
there. Yeah,
experience. Yeah, but
cathartic,
I'm
thank
like,
you.
how do you deal with murders in MG? I don't know. So this is like new territory for me. I have to find an MG mystery that also involves a murder, I guess, to be able to.
You see, I would have gone to you to ask that question. "Abby, how do I handle a murder in MG?" And I would not have wanted you to say, "I don't know."
So let me figure it out so you can ask me later, Hank.
Right, right. Oh, we in premium office hours today, we're going to try out a new segment that we're going to use in some author interviews going forward. I have a list of questions that I'm going to try out on you and Doug, and
We're
kind
your
of a
guineas.
speed round. I'm calling it espresso shots because um, that's I don't know. It's kind of fun for the cafe metaphor. We'll see. But we're down to 15 seconds, y'all. So I'm gonna continue, um, shining a flashlight into the story to see where it goes. And
Oh my gosh. Do you know how much I love that?
oh, do it, do it.
Bye, everybody.
right. How did everybody do? I got 356 more words. Oh,
Nice.
a lot of time staring at the screen and flipping back over to my Dabble project. Just
Doug
seems like a
rubbed off
paper
on
route.
you.
He did. He did. He jinxed me. Jeez.
Just blame Doug. He's not here to defend himself.
Right. Stinking Doug. Jane popped a question over in the chat, and she was asking about printing in Dabble, and Matalver answered Control P. If you ever want to print anything from Dabble, just Control P. That's kind of a universal print command for Windows and Mac too. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
I don't use
Yep.
Mac, but anyway, so that's just thanks Matalver for popping in and answering that. Let's see what else is going on here. Matalver. Whoops. Sorry, David.
Oh.
David with 395 words, by the way. But when the chat is scrolling, it's hard to click the right one. Matalver said, trying to write the grand reveal of the bad guy motivations, and I'm literally giving myself a headache to make sure all the points make sense.
I feel like I need to send her my tiger balm. She's giving herself a headache.
Does that work?
Let me just rub some on there for you, Samantha. How's that? Make you feel better.
David with 395 words, Matalver 148. Ashley, did you just pop in? I'm sorry if I didn't see you earlier. 304. Doug, but here to be hurt. Okay. I'm missing context. I believe Alyssa.
No, that was us because we were just saying he
Oh.
wasn't here to defend
Okay.
himself.
Yeah, he's just he's our punching bag. That's his role
He's
today.
our little bro.
Yeah, that's right. Alyssa 286, Erica 120, and I actually deleted some paragraphs, and I'm so still afraid of the delete button. You know what, Erica? I started doing. I don't delete anything. I cross through stuff that way, and I started doing that in last year's NaNoWriMo. When I would go to edit something, instead of deleting and rewriting, I would cross through. That way, when I went to make another pass, I could see what my original train of thought was and then what I changed it to. And a lot of times it stayed the way I changed it, but it gave me a place to reference what my original thought was. And that was
and it also gave you a higher word count.
Well, it gave me a higher word count, of course. But I think more importantly, it gave me a way to track that train of thought. Anyway, it was more of a thing for me than.
So, do y'all not just make a copy of your document before you start editing, so you always have that original one there?
I do.
Or
I do.
for you,
I create,
it was more just a visual.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I do make a copy, but there's just something about seeing it while you're reading through and being able to see, because I can always flip back to that original revision and read, but there's something about having it in line. So I don't know. I'm weird. That's been established.
You are.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't back down from
Weird
it.
is cool.
Yeah.
No.
I don't back down from it. I wear it on my sleeve, on the sleeve of my Dabble t-shirt, by the way.
You're wearing your shirt today. I wore mine yesterday.
Wearing my Dabble gear today. Let's see. What am I missing here in the chat? B490, Queen Midna needed attention. I hear you. NJ, I think 20 more pages edited roughly. Go NJ. Wow. Kara with 429. Doug trying to hold people accountable in the chat. NJ, what's your goal deadline for these revisions?
Oh, he loves a good goal.
He loves a good goal, and he loves gently motivating people. I think that's safe to say. All right, 20 minutes left in our final sprint. I'll post the link in the chat if anyone is missing it. And we'll see you on the other side. And then Abby, Doug, and I will be here for our premium office hours that hope to see you guys at right. See you in 20.
Good luck.
And that's our 3 sprints for today. I got just under 300 more words, but just as I was finishing, like a light bulb went off, and I know where this is going. I was kind of meandering a little bit. I kind of had an idea. I was like, well, let me see where this is going. And now I know where it's going. So
You're
if
taking a
sprints can do
stroll
it,
with your story.
taking a that's that's the weird process of how things
Mhm.
happen for me sometimes. That Doug said I love those light bulb moments. Right. Alyssa with 362 for a total of 1093 altogether. Congratulations. That's
Woohoo, Lisa.
amazing. David with 543. Matauber twinsies. Yeah. We'll just do the pinky. All right. In just a couple minutes, we have premium office hours coming up with Abby, Doug, and I. And we sure hope that you'll join us over there. And we've hopefully got some fun stuff to talk about today. And we always do. And we
Feels
hope
like
that
this.
you will, yeah, and we hope that you'll bring your questions because we absolutely love it when you bring live questions to us and put us on the spot and make us think. Those are uh, the 3 of us are kind of weird that way. We kind of love being put on the spot and having to dig our way out of a great writing question. So
You know what it's like? Pop quiz.
yes, pop quiz. Which is what we're going to have in a few minutes. So thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you again on Tuesday, where Abby will be leading writing sprints, and Doug and I will probably be around and might, pop on for some good-hearted humor and discussion as well. So thanks for joining us, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.